Alright, I'm over here actually out by the airport out here in Huntsville, Alabama, taking a look at an old stretch of Wall-Triana highway, which you can see the current alignment of it's right over here. It's a 4-lane divided road. You can see it go off that way. And I'm guessing that because of how sharp that curve is on the old alignment here, they when they widen it from 2 lanes to 4 lanes, they decided to replace it with a larger, more sweeping curve that was a lot gentler than this curve was. But I'm just gonna walk along this here, show you the old alignment here. It's actually a bit interesting to see it. There's actually another portion of this old alignment that's much closer to the airport and the runways and like that gets used by the airport for stripe testing, seeing how well the paint works. But this old alignment here, still in pretty decent shape. I mean, it's obviously falling apart and such, and especially when we get up here. And as I was walking up this way from my car, which is all the way over there at the other end of it, I heard and saw a lot of animals, especially birds, over in the woods over there. So if you hear any kind of rustling from back in there, chances are it's just some small woodland creature. Right here is what I'm talking about, where you can see that's definitely fallen into disrepair. That side right there's all grown over, and this side's cracking and starting to get grown over. And also, this right here is much noticeably lower than the rest of the pavement. But yeah, that's what I'm talking about, the small woodland creatures living back in there. It's interesting to see old road alignments like this. That's looking back the way we came. And there's another look over at Wall-Triana Highway again. The current alignment, that is. This won't take too long to get to the other end now, since we're probably about halfway down. You can see a lot of litter is over here as well. I guess not that, I might say that not that matters too much, especially since this isn't a road that's used anymore. It's just a band stretch pavement. Not sure how you can see it here, but there's still some remains of the double yellow stripes that were along the road. It's much more noticeable down on this end than it was over there where I started out at. I have no idea if it should. I have no idea when this would have been replaced with that down over there. But yeah, you can see this. You can definitely see one of the stripes really well right here. The other stripe, it's a bit hard to see, but it's right over there to the left of it, where my foot is. Right there, you can see some of the yellow pavement left. But also the other end here. Oh, this is out of focus. There we go. But yeah, we're at also the other end. You can see all the way that we've come from. I'm also in this portion of the curve. Looking at the alignment here, it looks like it lined up with the southbound lanes for the current Wall-Triana Highway. But nothing really too much else to talk about here. But this is a rather interesting little piece of pavement from Madison County's history that still remains. Most of the time when the city of Huntsville or any other place here in Alabama abandons a stretch of road, they usually tear up the old alignment, but here for whatever reason they left it. You can see my car right up there on top of the little hill. But yeah, nothing like too much left to the pavement at this point though. But still pretty neat to take a look at. Right over here, there's been a big pile of dirt that's been put on the end right here. Though some of the pavement still stands right over there. So it goes underneath the dirt as well. But there's the new Wall-Triana highway alignment. You can see on the other side over there is the southbound lanes where this lines up pretty well with. And there's looking at back where we came. You can see all the way over there by that red building over there where we started. And right over here is where we've wound up. You can see the curve's a lot sharper than on the old line than it is on the new one. So yeah, here's an old stretch of pavement from the old Wall-Triana highway alignment here in Huntsville, Alabama, out near the airport. Over and out.